Today on Crazed Performance Repair, we are going to cover a topic on this Ford Taurus that is possibly a valid issue for you if you're looking at this video. So, this is a antenna failure issue. This particular car has code B1A5621, AM/FM antenna failure. So if you have that code, stay tuned. We're going to go over some quick testing techniques for you to try, and hopefully this will help you solve the problem with your car. Alright, so this is another one of the non-typical videos of mine where I already have things apart, I already have things kind of looked into, and I'm just going to show you the steps I took to get to the point I'm at and where I am ready to replace a part. Now, this is not a for sure diagnostic. This is to get you to a point of where you can confidently say you believe you should replace X part, but it may or may not be X part because there's no valid way that I know of to test it. I could be wrong, but I just want to make sure I get that out there before I get going. So, the radio situation with these cars, I'm going to go ahead and turn the key on and watch the radio fire up here. So obviously it's dinging out of annoyance because I have the door open, but that's not the end of the world. What I want to show you guys here is right now, if I go into radio, you can see this is a station that should pick up pretty good where I'm at. If I were to go ahead and do a scan, wherever scan is, I don't know, scan. If I were to do the scan on this thing, it would just scan infinitely and not pick anything up. There we go, now you guys can see better. So I'm on that station, that's good around this area, but it's not picking it up. Now, right now, if I turn the volume up, you can hear clear, audible fuzz. Now, that fuzz is what you're going to listen to for diagnosing this thing. So, on these cars, there is a few sections of cable. And those sections of cable, one of which goes from not here. So if you have this dasher part, which I'll throw a link to the video of the dasher part above, the antenna does not go to this box here. It actually goes to a box that is behind and under here. Now, that antenna cable goes from that box over to the corner down here. And this first little section of antenna, it's sitting right back here, okay? So we have the connector right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the volume up so you can hear the radio doing its fuzz thing. Okay, so you can hear the fuzz going right now, along with the stupid door dinger. I should really shut that door. But anyway, you can hear the fuzz, and I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this cable. Okay, did you hear that? I'm going to connect it back up. Hear it change? It gets a little bit louder, quieter, and more fuzzy, less noise. So if I plug it in, it kind of sounds more like there's something going on in the background. Alright, so I have you looking at the speaker, and I have you as close as I can be to the speaker area to hopefully get a better sound. So let's go ahead and disconnect and reconnect. I'm going to do this several times so you can hear it. Okay, so that's connected, disconnected, connected, disconnected, connected. So that audio change is the change you're listening for. When I disconnect the cable down there, that cable tells me, or disconnecting that tells me that the cable is good from there to there. Now, since I know it's good from there to there, I got to go to the next connection. The next connection is going to be at the back. So now the next connection is actually back here. It's up in this corner here. But before I talk about that, I want to mention how I got this apart. So this guy here, this is a big foam pad that sits in this area, and it pops out this way, and then there's a clip down here that pulls up. So to pull that thing out is you have a clip there, that's on the top, and that one kind of like slides and locks in, but it's, yeah, I don't know, it's weird. And then you have this guy down here that sits in the bottom slot. And then to pull the top corner, this plastic guy out, you can see there's one screw that you have to take out, but there's all this series of tabs. This one's in the far back corner, That one's the one that you got to be more cautious not to bust, because the panel does bend right here pretty bad unless you reach your hand behind here and pop it. That one. And then there's 3 of them over here, but these ones actually come fairly good once you have the screw out for it. So once you have all that stuff out of there, you got to pull this guy down. And in order to pull that guy down, this handle has to come out. To get the handle out, you flip this guy down, and then these little tabs pop up. And once you pop those tabs up, there's a screw inside there. It's a Torx bit, little thing like this. I think it was a T25. I don't know. I'm not going to grab it right now. So once you have that out, then you have another antenna connector right here. So you can disconnect and reconnect this one. And if it changes pitch, which this one does, then you know that the cable from here to the previous connector that we just did is good. Now this connector goes to this little black box here. Now this wire, which goes down to this black box, which is screwed to the roof of the vehicle, and then you have this little sliding tab thing. So you have this guy here that you have to slide it, and then you can pull this box out. Now this box here is the antenna amplifier. So you can see there's, I assume this is a power feed. I did not verify, but I assume it's a power feed, which I am going to check for power there, just to be sure. But I'd imagine it has power. And then you also have a wire coming out of there. Now this little wire goes to the snap, like something that you would see in like blue jeans for holding your jeans together, or a coat or something, you know, back when you were younger, I suppose. But you don't really see it on jeans anymore. Anyway, so here's a snap. That actually snaps onto a thing on the windshield, and that's what feeds the antenna to give it power, or give it a signal receiving area. So right now, my assumption with this vehicle, and what I'm going to do, is I'm going to have this replaced per the customer. I'm going to show him how I took this apart, and he's going to end up replacing this himself later on, because he wants the car back, and I would have to order the part, and he lives so far away, it's just easier to do it that way. But we're going to have this part replaced, and I won't post this video till I know the results. So hopefully the results are good, and I will report back. But what we're hoping for is that replacing this box will fix it. So if this does not fix it, the next problem is going to be inside that head below the radio, and that's a significantly more expensive part that is also much more difficult to get to. So with that, like, share, subscribe, and as always, I hope to see you on another video. Thanks for watching.